Hello, welcome to the Oakmont Historical Society. My name is Gary Rogers. Today I invite you to take a journey with me. Through the magic of artificial intelligence, we will travel back to the small village of Hulton in the year 1874. And we will meet with one of the founders of Oakmont, Jonathan Hulton. So come along as we travel back in time to meet Mr. Hulton in Hulton, Pennsylvania. Well, greetings, Mr. Hulton. It's nice to meet you. I've traveled a great distance to come to see you.
Hello and welcome. It is nice to meet you, Gary.
The village of Hulton, were you born here?
No, I was born in Lancashire, England in 1794. I came to America sometime between 1812 and 1814. In 1815, I married my wife, Anne, in Philadelphia, and shortly afterward we were married. We headed out to the frontier town of Pittsburgh. In 1842, Anne and I purchased 60 acres on the Allegheny River, 12 miles upriver from Pittsburgh. We moved out here with our 9 children, cleared the land, and took up farming. The only other person out here was Michael Bright, who settled here in 1816. 3 years after we arrived, Caleb Lee purchased the land adjacent to mine, and James Werner had a farm over on the other side of Plum Creek. The area was sparsely populated, just us 4 farmers. But everything changed in 1853.
What happened in 1853?
I remember that day very well. Some men showed up at my farm. They were well dressed, wearing their Sunday best clothes. They asked to meet Mr. Lee, Mr. Bright, and myself to discuss some types of new road they were planning to build. And this road, called a railroad, would travel right through the middle of our properties. This new road would lead to Pittsburgh, and that would make it much easier to get to Pittsburgh instead of using the Pennsylvania Canal, which ran down the other side of the river. We didn't realize this new road would be made of iron rails and wooden ties. Oh, how I remember the first time a train came through. We had never seen anything like that. Big and loud with smoke and cinders, banging and clanging. Oh, how it scared the cattle and sheep as it chugged along the pasture.
So tell me, this little village of Hulton, how did it come to be?
As they were building this new road, the officials came to me and said they wanted to build a train station on my property. My first thought was, why would they want a station here? There is nothing here but my farm. But the more I thought about it, I became interested. They requested a 99-year lease, 2 acres of ground, water rights to the spring, and a 40-foot right-of-way for a street. And for all that, they offered me $1. And so I said, you got a deal, ha ha. A lot of people said, old man Hulton is not too smart. All that for $1? But you know I had the last laugh, because now my old farm became a destination. I divided my land into lots and offered them for sale. John Diamond built a lumber yard near the station, John Bright a blacksmith shop, Alfred Lowenbaugh, the butcher, opened a store. Tom Hunter built a general store, and my son-in-law, Abraham Greenwood, built a fine hotel across from the train station. We began to operate a ferry to transport those on the other side of the river over here. The little village around the station became known as Hulton. Who would have ever thought I would have a village named for me? Ha ha ha. After I sold off a portion of my land for the village and gave up farming, I was appointed postmaster at the Hulton Post Office.
Now I'm a little confused. Is the village of Hulton now in the new borough of Verona?
Well, yes. Up until 1871, just 3 years ago, this land was Plum Township. As the Allegheny Valley Railroad continued its journey up into the northwestern Pennsylvania, the railroad officials decided to build their rail yards on a level plain at the mouth of Plum Creek. They approached James Werner to lay out a new town on his property to accommodate the hundreds of workers who would come to work there. In 1871, the new borough of Verona was established, and it included Mr. Bright's, Mr. Lee's, and my property along with the little village of Hulton. Although we are now a part of Verona, we always maintain our Hulton identity. Ha ha.
So what do you see for the future of Hulton?
I see growth. The railroad has brought prosperity to the valley. People are moving here. New businesses and industries are opening up. Yes, it has changed quite a bit since I arrived here a little over 40 years ago.
Well, Mr. Hulton, I've enjoyed our visit, but it's time for me to leave.
Where did you say you are from?
Oakmont.
Oakmont. With all the oak trees around here, that might be a good name for a new town here. Oakmont, I like that. Come again.
Yes, I hope to return someday to visit with Michael Bright. Goodbye.